This is where the ElectionGuard magic happens, because when you insert the guard here and it prints the ballot, that same moment, the devices connected to this tablet are encrypting your data. We're not saying that ElectionGuard makes it impossible to hack voting machines. We're saying it makes it pointless to hack voting machines. We're right outside the town hall for the town of Fulton, Wisconsin.
Fulton doesn't have a bank, a post office, or even a grocery store. But today, this town of just over 3,000 residents is testing the latest voting security technology in a statewide election.
The grand vision of ElectionGuard is to make elections more safe, secure, and trustworthy than they have ever been in the history of the United States.
What inspired Microsoft to tackle the very hairy problem of voting in America?
It's very much a direct response to what we saw happen in 2016 with the efforts that were made by foreign adversaries to actually influence the voting process in the United States.
Microsoft says ballots are encrypted electronically the moment they're cast and stay that way. The system can then tally those encrypted votes without ever deciphering them. And even more importantly, it means hackers should have a harder time tampering with those votes.
We're building a world-class vault that your vote goes into, and then we're wrapping it with tamper-proof seal. If somebody successfully hacked into the system, if they could break into that vault, the technology would then reveal that something had happened, and then the election officials can make sure that the vote is accurate.
You here to vote? Yes. So there's a slightly different voting process going on today.
Here in Fulton, voters are using a tablet to make their selections and saving them on a card. When they insert that card here, their vote is encrypted and a paper duplicate prints automatically. None of this hardware is connected to the internet.
I came in expecting the little pencils and the forms with the little dots, and it wasn't like that at all.
ElectionGuard will work with paper as a primary source. It will work as the backup, but it would also work in a system that has no paper ballot at all.
And that's important. There are more than 10,000 election jurisdictions in the United States and no universal voting system.
Here in Wisconsin, each of our 1,850 cities, towns, and villages run their own elections, and so cost is a huge factor.
The Microsoft team wouldn't say how much it spent on the ElectionGuard project, but it's clear this isn't a profit play. Anyone can download the open source software for free.
It's absolutely core to our democracy that people know that when they vote, their vote counts.
A recent Gallup poll found that 59% of Americans lack confidence in the honesty of U.S. elections.
I think one of the largest challenges that's facing the election cycle this year is misinformation. It doesn't take an actual breach or an actual hack of a system. It just takes a rumor to undermine someone's confidence.
That's why a core feature of ElectionGuard is voter confirmation.
124.
Fulton's official results came from a hand count of the paper duplicates.
It also resulted in the exact same numbers from the tally from the machine.
The encrypted tally from ElectionGuard matched. And for the first time, voters could use a unique code to verify that their vote was counted.
Your vote was counted.
Do you have to be a software engineer to understand the significance of this?
Voters will believe in the technology when they see that it works and that it works consistently. We're really optimistic and hopeful that in the 2024 election cycle, many votes in the United States will be cast using ElectionGuard technology.
But in the wake of public debacles like the app meltdown at Iowa's Democratic caucuses,
this is an awkward moment.
Many officials and voters might be wary of new technology from private companies.
Do you think private tech companies are the answer to securing our democracy?
We need the public sector and we need the private sector working together to solve these problems.
I voted it, and I hope it counted.